Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sisterly podcast. My name is Olivia, and I'm one of your co-hosts.
And I'm Rebecca, your other co host. And we are sisters who live across the country from each other, who have created a podcast to talk about the 20-something experience, things we've learned from each other, things we wish we knew when we were younger, and personal growth. As I said, I'm Rebecca. I'm a 29-year-old lawyer who lives in the Boston area with my boyfriend and my dog, Maya.
And I'm Olivia again. I'm 24 years old. I work for a beauty company in San Francisco, and I live with my boyfriend and our 2 cats and our dog. Got a lot of animals up in here.
We got
Big
a whole
animal
crew.
family. Got a whole crew. My cat is currently joining us. One of my cats, Wally, he's joining us for today's podcast. He's a big fan.
Our first guest appearance.
Our first guest appearance. He is a man of few words.
Strong silent type, but we love him for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, another podcast. And what makes this different from the bajillion other podcasts that are out there? Our goal is to hit on a number of topics that are important to us that we wish when we were younger there were role models or resources who talked about some of these things or that felt more relatable.
Yeah, I would say some of the biggest learnings that that I've ever experienced have been things that, my sister has taught me, or things that we kind of discovered together. And I think everyone needs a sister, and that doesn't necessarily mean a biological sister. It just is could be a sister, it can be a girlfriend, it can be a different relative. Doesn't even necessarily have to be another girl. It can be anyone. But just this idea that there's someone there for you to kind of learn and grow with. And for us, that happened to be our sisters. So we kind of want to give that experience to everyone who listens. Because I think I'm a lot better of a person because I've had my sister with me.
Excuse you. How am I supposed to take that?
I'm just speaking truths.
No, I feel the same way.
So I think that's our goal. And I know we talked when we were brainstorming about this podcast that when we were growing up, sometimes I think we felt a little bit different maybe from other girls, or girls portrayed in the media. And just I don't know, it felt like maybe there wasn't someone out there who was maybe, I don't know, the shyer type or the anxious type, or the one who questioned themselves a lot. And people who know me might think it's laughable that I say that I'm shy, but I'm definitely someone who questions myself a lot, who feels like an outsider a lot. And I think it would have been helpful to feel like, no, there are so many girls and women out there that feel like me.
And there just are things that we know now that had we known back then, we might not have felt like we were so on the outside, or like things were like weird or different because we felt a certain way, or because things weren't going the way that they went for like some star on a CW show. Like, it was way more normal than we realized. And so we're hoping with this podcast to just share experiences that maybe aren't talked about or shown in like mainstream media. And like Olivia said, to feel like the space is like having a sister and feeling like you can talk to or hear from someone that is comforting like a sister, or that, provides you with guidance. And so we want this space to be really positive, really encouraging, and super inclusive.
Definitely. And something I thought was interesting, I was sharing our podcast idea with someone, and I was saying, kind of when we were originally thinking of this, my thought was almost like girls younger than me, just because, I don't know, it always feels weird to feel like I'm giving advice to people who are older than me, because I'm like, who am I to give you advice? Like, what do I
Right.
know? But she was saying, like, there's so much learning you do throughout your life, and there are a lot of things that are still applicable, to me at 24 that I felt at 16. I mean, obviously you grow and your opinion and your outlook changes, but like you can have trouble with friendships at any age. You can have trouble with relationships at any age. You can question yourself. You can, go through big life moments no matter what age you are. So, um, while I think we're going to be talking a lot on this podcast about things that happened when we were younger, we're also going to be talking about things in the present day, of course, and things that could happen to you at any point in your life.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
and I think we also too want to acknowledge that we are just speaking from our two perspectives. There's so many different perspectives in this world. So this is just ours. And who knows, maybe one day we'll have guests on here, but that
I know.
requires people
Dream.
listening.
Yeah,
So
that would
maybe
be
one
really
day.
fun.
I mean, we do already have our first guest, Wally.
Yeah, we do.
Um,
Let's not forget.
let's never forget.
Honored
Um,
place of fame, first
yeah.
guest.
But we have some really exciting episodes coming up. We have one where we talk a little bit about, you know, our relationship and how we got so close, just to give people a little bit more context as to, who we are. We have a fun episode coming up about sisters that you see in movies. What's good,
Our
what's
favorite sister
bad.
duos.
Mm-hmm.
More than
Iconic
duos.
moments. And then we have a podcast coming up about our kind of experience with relationships and how we felt like we were really slow starters. We
Yeah,
were
we
late
felt
to
like
the
late
game.
bloomers.
Late bloomers. Thank you. That's what I was thinking of. So those are just the ones that we've got coming up in the near future, but we have so many ideas of things that we want to talk about. And we just want everyone to feel like they're with a friend or with a sister when they listen to us.
So we thought that it would be fun on our first introductory episode to introduce ourselves a little bit more by sharing some fun facts about each other. So Olivia has some for me, and I have some for her. And hopefully, you'll get to know a little bit more about us or some random stories from our past.
Totally. I wrote these a while ago. And it's funny looking back at what I was thinking then as fun facts, but they're all true. The first fun fact about Rebecca is that she likes cottage cheese. And I feel like maybe this isn't crazy to everyone, but it's always been crazy to me, especially because I love cheese and I love cream cheese. But cottage cheese is
It is a
a
funky texture.
wild
I'll give you
concept
that.
to me. It's a
It's
wild concept to me.
It's weird. I will say it's not like I'm like, to be clear, I'm not like obsessed. Like I'm not like a crazy person who just like eats a whole tub of cottage cheese or something. Although frankly, if you're like that, live your life. You're fine. But
Yeah, live your
I
truth.
yeah. But I do like it, and I will honestly eat it like without anything else. Like I'll just like put a little like dollop on my plate and just like eat some cottage cheese.
It's always
Is
been
that
so
weird?
wild to me.
I don't know.
It's very
Whatever.
healthy for you.
It's full of protein.
Yeah,
So
full of protein, full of great fats. It's great for you. You're probably like the only person in my life, one of the only people in my life that I've ever seen actually enjoy and eat cottage cheese.
well, I'm unique. What can I say?
I'd also like to give a little disclaimer. As I mentioned, our guest Wally is here and he has sat very close to the microphone and he is purring.
Oh,
So if
there's
that
some
comes
fun
up,
purr feedback. That's our guest speaker,
that's our guest
Wally.
speaker. He's also saying that he thinks it's weird, the cottage cheese thing. That's his
Yeah,
two cents.
okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, this wasn't supposed to be such a judgmental fun fact.
No.
Apologies.
No offense taken whatsoever. Okay, my first fact about Olivia is that her favorite movies are The Lion King, the original animated version,
Mhm.
and Pride and Prejudice, the Keira Knightley version.
Yeah, the versions are important to note.
Yeah, it's crucial because there's multiple.
Yeah, this is true. I love The Lion King. It was a formational movie for me. It made me who
hmm
I am.
It's so good. The music, iconic.
Iconic.
Honestly, even the sequel, iconic.
Also iconic. That one does not get enough credit. Like
It
it's
really
a good
doesn't.
sequel. Also,
Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice, it'll ruin you. So everyone should watch that version if you haven't watched it yet.
I know. I feel like there's like a lot of Keira Knightley haters out there, and I just like will not stand for the slander on this movie. Like, it's the best. The soundtrack, the best. The costumes,
Best.
amazing. The like what is it? 17th century, 18th century humor, amazing.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Yeah, I have actually seen that. I feel like I got into a conversation with one of my friends about Keira Knightley because I think it was another one of those things where the British tabloids really like tore her apart for
They're
seemingly
brutal.
no reason.
Yeah.
So anywho, we
We stand.
support her on this podcast.
We do. We do.
My second fun fact about Rebecca is that she's had pneumonia. I thought it was at least 7 times, but I think it might be more like 5-ish.
Yeah, I believe it's 5.
Pneumonia 5 times. All as a youth, like as a very little kid, and 1 time as a teen.
Yeah, one time was at college, but the rest as a youth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have a poor immune system or a respiratory system. I have asthma. I don't know.
I
I
just feel
try.
like that.
I've gotten better, I feel like, at taking care of my health, but I don't know.
What's also interesting too, because you got it when you were so little, and it's not like you were taking poor care of your health then. So I don't
Yeah,
know what the deal
true. I
was.
don't know. I also used to get a
And
lot of ear infections. I don't know.
you and I were very sick children. Like we would get
I
sick
know.
all the time, constantly.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal was. But
Good thing our mom was a nurse, so
yeah. She took care of us very well.
she #handled it. Okay, I have another fun fact for Olivia, which is that she hates to lose her personal belongings, and blows a gasket when she does.
Yeah, full meltdown.
Yeah.
Full-fledged meltdown when I lose
She did this
something.
so often when we were children that I once made her sign a contract saying that she would no longer enlist my help in looking for her belongings because I couldn't take it. Also, a
Yeah,
fun preview of my future as a
I know. We
lawyer.
should have known then that you were going to be a lawyer. Everyone used to say when we were growing up that I was going to be the lawyer because I apparently like to argue. I don't think I liked to argue. I think
You just had opinions.
I had a lot of opinions. And everyone would say I was going to be the lawyer, but I don't think I had a brief phase, but I never really wanted to be one. And
No.
I think we should have known as soon as you drafted up that contract when you were like 12 years old that you were going to be a lawyer.
But yeah, your dislike of losing things has not changed as you've
No,
aged.
no, you're just lucky that you don't live with me anymore, so you don't have
I
to
know.
deal with it. Now
I've
Jack
passed on that
does.
responsibility.
Yeah, you really have passed it
I should
on.
tell him about the contract. He should draft one up too.
I'm sure he no, he can't draft up a contract. He agreed to love me and live with me, and he now has to deal with my mini meltdowns about losing things.
Yeah, he has the right demeanor for it though,
He
so
does. He's so patient. He's so patient. It's always so funny too because he'll just like stand near me
he'll just like
because
calming presence.
yeah, because he knows that like when I get really upset, I don't really want anyone to like touch me or look at me. It's a cute trait. It's really
Go
fun.
away.
I'm literally like but he feels bad. He doesn't want me to think that he's not there to support me. So
Right.
he'll just stand like 2 feet at a distance and
We
I'll be
love
like, "What
that.
are you doing?" And he's like, "I just want you to know I'm here."
I'm just providing moral support
There
at a
have been a couple
distance.
times where I've told him like, "I need you to leave my presence because I'm angry and I'm not angry at you, but you're in my vicinity and I don't want to lash out."
This explosion could reach you if you're in striking distance.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, "I just need you to go away." He's like, "Okay."
Uh,
I'm a treat.
At least you know yourself. You know, that's good.
Thank you. Trying to be self-aware. All right, so we're on to another fun fact about you. My next fun fact is that Rebecca is the smallest one in our family, minus our 11-year-old brother, but like that's quickly changing. He's about to
Yeah,
outgrow
he's
you.
gonna outgrow me.
So Rebecca is the oldest of 4 kids and also the smallest, um, which we love. She's also one of the smallest. I think we have one cousin that's smaller than you, but
Mm-hmm.
either the but she might honestly be taller than you. The point of the fun fact, the point of this is that Rebecca's pretty small, but
Mm-hmm.
mighty.
Small but fierce.
Yeah. Enter contract about losing things here.
Yep.
She's
Gotta have
small, but
a
she's
lot
got
of
a big
authority
old
in
brain.
my gotta have a lot of authority in my 5'3" stature.
Totally.
Okay, my next fun fact about Olivia, and correct me if I'm wrong, but
Okay.
for some reason in my mind, the first concert that you went to was a Cheetah Girls concert.
I will correct you because that isn't true, but it was my second concert, was the Cheetah
Okay, I
Girls.
do remember it.
It was iconic. Vanessa Hudgens opened. I went home with a Vanessa Hudgens poster and a Cheetah Girls, like, concert book. My first concert ever was when I was 6, and it was in Las Vegas, and it was Celine Dion.
Oh, Celine was your first. Okay, so Celine was both of our first concerts, but different concerts.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Both of our first concerts were Celine Dion. That's a fun fact about both of us then.
Yeah, I turned it into a fun fact about me too, but whatever. We stand
That's okay.
Celine Dion. It's
We are
fine.
a big Celine Dion fan podcast too. Mainly because our mom is a huge Celine Dion fan. She
Yeah.
raised us listening to a lot of Celine Dion music. As we said, she was our first concert. I it sucks because I don't remember a ton about the concert because I was
Mm.
6, I think, 5 or 6. Um, so I don't remember a ton about it, but I remember it was wild. And we were like 4th row or something.
Yeah, we were very close, like center, very close. I saw her for the first time in Boston at like 5 or 6. Again, I don't remember it, but I know it was her. And then I saw her again multiple times in Las Vegas
I
and other
haven't seen her since
places.
then.
So
I'll have to see her once again.
I know. Oh, she's so good.
But yeah, then it was the Cheetah Girls, and they were good too.
Yeah, that was a
I
fun
remember
time.
it was a surprise
Mm-hmm.
that I was going to see the Cheetah Girls.
I remember I didn't know that Vanessa Hudgens was opening, and I was really excited because like High School Musical was like a big deal.
100%. Yeah. The one downside of the Cheetah Girls was this was post Raven Simone phase.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
was not there, but it was still really good.
Still Cheetalicious.
Still Cheetah-licious, 100%. Okay, well, my last fun fact about Rebecca is that she's a dancer. I don't know why I said it like that. She is a dancer. That's how it should have been said. But she has danced pretty much her whole life. I mean, now you don't dance as much, but like danced from age 2 to 18 and then in college still. And
Mhm.
then I know you took a lot of dance classes post college.
Yeah, I did for a bit when I lived in New York.
Um, but yeah, ballet. And then you kind of did more like I don't know what you would call it, more like not even like hip hoppy, but more
It was
like
kind of like hip hop jazz, like or jazz funk or something. I don't know what
I
you would
when you
call
were in
it.
college.
Yeah, that was fun.
But
Yeah,
she
I
was
miss it.
a
I feel like I should
beautiful
like.
ballerina.
Oh, thank you.
You're
You used
welcome.
to do ballet too,
I did,
dancing
but like
queen.
here's the thing. I don't think I was made for ballet. I don't think I was. I genuinely don't I feel like you really kind of have to have a specific body type to be a ballerina, and I don't necessarily mean that because of like the stereotypes of ballet. I mean it more in like the grace aspect. Like I had some trouble with the grace. Like I'm just kind of a clumsy person. I'm also like pretty broad-shouldered. Like I just never felt that like graceful moment. You know, it was fun and I still like it, but I felt like I always felt a little like awkward
Yeah,
in
I feel like it's
ballet.
also hard too when you're doing ballet and you're like going through puberty. It's like we're all awkward. Like our bodies don't make sense.
100%. Well, let me know how you're supposed to adjust to ballet when all of a sudden you have boobs because no one like enlightens you
Yeah.
on that. Also, no one talks to you about the fact that like you have to wear a skin tight leotard and when you're going through body changes like that becomes uncomfortable.
Yeah, that is a lot.
We could do a whole episode on ballet. No one wants to
I
listen to
know.
that. No one wants to listen to an hour
No
long
one needs
episode
it, but
about
we
ballet,
could.
but we here's the thing though. I could do it.
I could do it. I won't, but I could.
But I could. Sounds like I'm threatening people listening to this podcast.
The number of stories we have about I feel like it's like a known thing that ballet teachers are bananas. Like they're
Yeah, yeah,
nuts, certifiable, all of them.
100%.
So we have a lot of ballet teacher stories as well. One day maybe we'll tell
Mhm.
one.
Yeah. Once again, sounds threatening. Maybe one day I'll tell about our teachers from ballet.
Expose them.
Okay, hold on. We're changing it up. This actually has become an expose podcast in which we just expose people.
People from our past.
Well, really took a turn from this is a place of positivity.
Positivity. Okay, bringing it back. Okay, my final fun fact about Olivia is that she used to only eat plain vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
And for a time, it was also only certain brands of vanilla
Mhm.
ice cream were permitted. She's
Yeah.
since branched out and now she likes mint chocolate chip ice cream and maybe some others, but for a
Look,
time, it was only vanilla.
this is going to give you some insight as to who I am as a person, and I own it. She's kind of a vanilla bitch, and I'm aware. I know. No one's more self-aware of this than me. But yeah, I like a lot of vanilla ice cream. I like mint chip, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't branch out from mint chip or vanilla either. Sometimes if I'm getting gelato, I'll go crazy and I'll do that like stracciatelli or however you properly pronounce it, where it's like
Yeah.
vanilla with
Mm-hmm.
chocolate chips. But like,
Mm-hmm.
we're not branching out further from that.
Oh,
We
wow. I
don't.
wasn't sure if you had branched out further, but good to know.
No,
Confirmed. You have not.
no. But here's also the thing. I do that with a lot of foods. When I find something that I like, I tend not to stray from it. Like when I order from restaurants, I often order the same thing. Like I like a ton of different types of foods, like I've branched out in that capacity, but like when I get, Vietnamese food, I get the same thing cuz I know I like it. And I'm like, why break no, excuse me, why fix what isn't broken? Like when I get Chinese
Mm.
food, I get the same thing.
No need to
Gen
mess with perfection.
Yeah, generally when I try something new, it's because like someone else has it and maybe I'll taste it. Or I'm like with people who are like going wild in my opinion and I don't want to embarrass myself. Um so I
With your
get
plain vanilla.
my plain vanilla ice cream. Look, I like vanilla ice cream. I like white wine. I don't know what to say.
You know
She's
what? We love you for it. There's no judgment. Just
I'm
a fun fact.
at least I'm aware. But yeah, no, I used to really only eat like Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream.
It's so good, though. I mean, I
It
can't really
is.
blame you.
And another fun fact, not about me, but about Haagen-Dazs, it's an American brand.
Yeah, they just wanted it to sound fancy and like
Mhm.
European, right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like the clothing brand Brandy Melville. I'm pretty sure it's actually a European brand, but they like created this whole California aesthetic for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Never
Marketing.
trust anyone.
It's all a facade.
It's all a scheme, everyone.
It's all a farce.
So- but who knows? Maybe one day I'll have to do like an ice cream taste test or something and just
We should do that. Just see if who knows, maybe all of a sudden you like a flavor you had no idea you liked.
yeah, you never know. People grow and they change.
They
They
do.
evolve.
Apparently taste buds change too.
Mine definitely have because as a kid I was a straight mac and cheese, chicken nuggets kind of a gal. And now I would
Yeah.
like to think that I eat a lot of different types of foods. I always
But
have
we
my
still love our
favorites.
mac and cheese.
Oh, of course, we still have our mac and cheese. Listen, I'm still out here eating a box of mac and cheese a week. Like it's still part of my weekly food regimen, but we grow.
We
I
grow,
could do
we
a whole
evolve.
episode on this. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, I could talk for a whole 60 minutes about my food journey.
Well, no, you actually could.
Okay.
But that isn't this episode.
No,
And I feel like we
it's not this one.
we've we'll save it for our ballet teacher expose.
Oh my goodness, what's an episode called Exposing Things, exposing others and ourselves.
I don't hate it. Like
We've had worse ideas. So.
we definitely have.
Well, hopefully this gave everyone a brief insight as to what you will find here on the Sisterly podcast.
Yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for joining. Glad to have you here. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for what we've got coming in the future.
Yeah, we're so excited. We hope people enjoy listening. And if you have any things, if you have someone you want to expose, let us know.
You got a ballet teacher in your past?
Send
Let me know.
it in. Let's get the ball rolling. But no, if you actually have anything that you would like to hear or talk about or anything like that, let us know. Follow us on Instagram at sisterlypod. We're going to be posting fun stuff on there. We'd love to have a follow, get to know you, have you get to know us. And we'll see you on the next episode.